Today, despite decades of lobbying and advertising by the tobacco industry, we've passed a law to help protect the next generation of Americans from growing up with a deadly habit that so many of our generation have lived with.
For many of us, vaping instead of smoking has become a way of life. Many of us believe it to be a safer alternative to cigarettes, and there is compelling research that agrees with that. The FDA deeming regulations on vape products are killing the vape industry. It is estimated that over 97% of the products on the market will no longer be available in 2 years. Many companies have already folded. For me, vaping is a way of life, and I would die from smoking cigarettes if vaping was taken away from me. I would like you to consider what I am about to say to you. I believe the regulatory system is rigged against the vape industry. I believe that there is one way to fight it. I believe that each vapor has the right to fight the regulatory system. If the vapor industry is killed and a vapor begins smoking cigarettes, then the regulations can be considered a death sentence for that person. The FDA is responsible for regulating products in the name of the public health. If something is bad for the public health, they need to make it less harmful or remove it. That is their mission. If that is their mission, isn't it contradictory that the FDA insists it will never ban cigarettes? $170 billion a year is spent on illness caused by tobacco smoke. Cigarettes are directly responsible for over 480,000 deaths in the USA each year, which is more than the number of deaths annually from AIDS, cocaine, heroin, alcohol, car accidents, homicide, and suicide combined. The FDA knows this information, yet released deeming regulations on vapor products in the name of the public health, citing that there is no research conclusively pointing to vaping as less harmful than smoking cigarettes, even though vape products contain no deadly tar. Now you ask, why do I believe the regulatory system is rigged against us? Here's why. A federal lawsuit has been filed that alleges Margaret Hamburg has violated the Federal RICO Act for corrupt actions while in office as FDA commissioner. It's my opinion that she is not the only one involved in schemes to keep harmful products on the market. I suspect that the FDA is able to regulate whatever they want, however they want to, due to serious congressional oversight. I believe there is a story to tell behind the deeming regulations that have to do with the importance of tobacco bonds. Most states carry a large amount of debt collateralized by their payments from tobacco bonds. It seems to me that both the FDA and Congress are actually partnering with big tobacco whether they know it or not. If this were not the case, the FDA would not be able to release such overreaching regulations, which should be examined by Congress. But apparently when Congress sees hypocritical, ridiculous regulations, they only want to add fuel to the fire. Here is what I think is happening. Some members of the FDA quite possibly are heavily financially involved with certain companies they regulate. It is therefore in their interest to overregulate the competition of those companies' products. It is true that some members of Congress have received outrageous donations from people with ties to big tobacco. They have also then come out against vaping and legislated to impose insane taxes on vaping. Most importantly, by taking these actions, the fact that killing vaping will negatively impact public health has been buried. As regulations and taxes are heaped on the vape industry, the value of tobacco bonds goes up. This is good for states since they have tobacco bond debt. The states are balancing their debt with people's lives, while some congressional members, regulators, and big tobacco are laughing all the way to the bank. After the release of this video, I am going to release specific information to the public about the intersection of political money trails, FDA regulations, congressional oversight, and tobacco bonds. It is my hope that this will spark the desire to take legal action against all parties involved in this death sentence to our way of life. To save itself, the vapor industry will need millions of dollars to spend on the right fight. I believe the time for revolution is now. This is a call to arms. I am requesting your help in fighting this rigged and backwards system. Our weapon is e-juice. These are our weapons. For each bottle sold, Tin Vape Company will donate 50% of the profit to funding the fight against this corrupt system. Tin Vape Company is an acronym for There Is No Vape Company, representing the bleak future that awaits all vapors in a short 2 years. If each of the 15 million vapors in the US buys just one bottle, we'll have enough money to fiercely fight every aspect of this war on corruption. Our intention is to bring legal action against those possibly corrupt individuals involved in the creation of these regulations in order to help take us all off of death row. Alternatively, If we do not reach our goals and we are not able to fund our own fight, we will donate the entire fund to an organization that is already fighting. We cannot fight for you, we can only fight with you. The revolution is now. Save vape or die smoking.